All right, Red Band FPV here. Got a quick video here for you. Been seeing some people complaining about the arms breaking off on this it's FPV ERA frame, ERA, however you want to say it. And I just want to show you guys what I did to mine to strengthen the arms. Now, if you do this, the only thing that's a negative about it is you lose the ability to reach through your arm, which is the reason it's cut out, I'm assuming, to get to your bottom bolts on for your stack. But just like any other frame that's similar to this, they just don't have the cutouts, but they're stronger arms. All you do is move the arm out of the way, you know. But anyway, let me pull these 4 bolts out just about there. And what I've done is, while I'm doing this, I'll tell you, is I purchased this stuff when I first got my frame, and I'd seen people having these problems, and I just thought about it. I'm a diesel mechanic by trade, and I just do a lot of problem solving anyway. But this JV wheeled steel stick, it's basically like 2 parts of a epoxy putty, almost like Play-Doh, and you just knee it together really good, and you'll feel it starting to get warm. It sets up really fast, and you just take it, pinch off a piece, and you force it into these little holes right here, in the arm, you see. And then what I do, do I have a razor blade? Yeah, here we go. I take the razor blade, I'll push it in, I'll have the arm, I'll pop it off of the plate where I can get on both sides of my hand, wearing gloves. Make sure you wear gloves. Knee it, and then when it's kneed really good, you've got it mixed really well, then press it, do one at a time. Press it through the arm, and when it's on the other side, then you'll grab it on each side and pinch it. That way you know it's pressed and it's taking up the entire space inside the arm. But as soon as you feel like you've pressed it really good, then scrape it off. I use this razor blade, but you can use a credit card or a debit card, or just some kind of a card, something with a good smooth surface. And I just scrape it off. And I do both sides. That way I still have my good flat edge, flat surface of my arm, and do all 4 the same way. And then just reassemble it. And like I say, all it does, if you look, when you're in a crash, you're putting this direction of leverage from the pivot point being the only one bolt that holds the arms in. You're putting pressure right underneath that, right up against the edge of that center cam there, and that would make sense. This would be the weak point. But by putting that filler inside, it gets hard like steel. I mean, it's solid. It's unbelievable. You can't take your fingernail and scratch it. I mean, it's so hard. But or a wrench, a tool of some sort. But anyway, once it gets super hard like this, yeah, it holds up well. From my perspective, I've never broken an arm. I don't know if you can see. I've got these bumpers, but this is probably the 3rd or 4th set on the whole quad that I've put on, because I'm constantly knocking them off. That just has the little fingers to help hold it on, and then 1 screw. They're not the greatest design, but that's the whole point. This takes the impact and knocks them off. But there is some damage on these arms underneath. Nothing crazy, because no matter how well the TPU is, it's thin, and in some ways the impact's just that hard that it's going to damage it. But that's the good part about having a 3D printer. You can just keep printing this stuff. When I go fly, I've got at least 6 extras. Lefts and rights different. The reverse of each other, left to right. And I have at least 4. Yeah, at least 4 for each side that I take with me, and as I have a problem, put them on. But that's my point. This has held up well for me. I've never purchased an extra arm, never broken arm. Had some really good crashes, but at the same time, my apex, we'll go with this Evo here. The problem that I've had with the apex is these little bolts that hold the arm in here. A lot of times these heads will pop off, and I bought extra hardware for the apex Evo and the regular apex, because I've had hardware issues with these popping off, and I wanted to keep using these shoulder bolts like this. And heck, I've run out of them. I'm to the point where on this older, original apex here, this is the original that you see, I just went to, look at that bolt right there. That's just a regular bolt. It's just countersunk because it's a regular bolt. That one's not. But you see how flush it is versus that. So my point is, all frames have their flaws. To me, this is a pretty big flaw. In my opinion, they just need to stop putting the slot in the arm and sell it without that that hole in it. And then of course you may find your next weak link, but in this case I've never broken an arm. Anyway, hope this helps you guys. If you think it's good advice, give me a thumbs up. If not, I understand. And if you got any questions, let me know. And if you guys don't mind, share this video. Again, I'm not monetized, so if the community needs something like this, the only way they're going to find out about it is if we share it. Thanks for your time.